Hello and welcome to Chatterbox. I'm Siobhan, your host, and on today's show we will be chatting about the latest episode in Series 6 of The Walking Dead. With me on today's show we have third-year media performance student Melissa Humby and our very own Chatterbox producer Shane Dickens. So welcome to the show.
Hello.
Shane, this is your second time on screen now. I'm starting to think that you're going to take over my job.
No,
Is this happening?
I mean, no. Well, maybe.
Let's remember that I'm the presenter and you're the producer, okay? So this
do your job right. You got nothing to worry about.
Okay, so obviously we saw the latest development in Series 6 of The Walking Dead. Melissa, we haven't had you on the show before, so welcome.
Thank you.
Are you a big fan of The Walking Dead?
So, kind of binged it to start with. I didn't watch it when it came out first, but now it's week by week, and I was obsessed. And now I feel like it's getting really slow, and I'm a bit like, So, well, I was crazy.
Yeah, you were. Okay, so we're going to cut to a VT so you can have a look at the latest development.
On the next episode of AMC's The Walking Dead.
These saviors. Sooner or later, they would have found us, and then they would try to own us. We have to come for them before they come for us. And we have to win. It's how we keep this place. It's how we feed this place. We're gonna have to fight.
For more video, go to amc.com.
Okay, so we just saw the end of The Walking Dead there, which I think was the most exciting part of this episode. What did you think? Did you think, personally, I thought it was a little bit too happy. I mean, we saw Carol making a basket of muffins to take to houses, and it was all la-di-da. A lot not like The Walking Dead. It was quite strange. What did you think, Melissa? Did you think it was quite slow?
Yeah, I found that episode quite slow. I mean, it got a bit brutal in the middle there, but the end, it's a bit. I don't like. It's like I like a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
it wasn't very cliffhanger for me.
Oh, do you not think so?
No, I get really bored by it at the moment.
Yeah. See, I thought that it was a big cliffhanger.
Yeah, God, yeah.
They've got hold of Maggie and Carol.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know that Maggie is pregnant with Glenn's child, and they've captured both her and Carol. Shane. What were you expecting that when we saw them alone? Did you think?
I've learned that if things are going well in The Walking Dead, they're not going to go well for long. And so, obviously, when the episode started with Carol making those cookies and delivering them around to people, and obviously a little romance between.
It was a little bit like Desperate Housewives.
It was a little bit. You know, the white picket fences, and it was like it was really
so strange.
Yeah. So, and obviously. Last week, it was a bit dramatic. So to see that lull, I'm like, okay, they're taking a step down this episode. And so I just kind of sat back. And while it was a bit slow, it was nice to just have that change of pace where people aren't getting their arms cut off every episode. And it was, obviously that turned out not to be true towards the middle where, you know, we were seeing people literally being knifed in their sleep. But yeah,
Did you think that any of the main characters were going to be deceased this week? Did you think?
Yeah.
Who did you think was going to be killed?
Well, I think Rashawn's going soon.
Oh, really?
Like,
oh, gosh, don't say that.
No, because exactly what you've just said. Every time he gets happy, Rick and her have just got, like, you know...
Yeah, comfortable.
They're going to kill her.
Yeah.
But do you not think that Rick finally deserves a woman who loves him and is going to stay alive? Do we not agree that Rick deserves, at home, you might agree, he deserves a woman who's not going to be killed off?
But it's The Walking Dead.
It's The Walking Dead.
Do you not think that they'll ever get rid of Rick or Daryl? Or
I'd say no one's off limits because...
I'm waiting for Rick to die.
I'm
waiting for them to...
I reckon they could kill him off. I reckon they could get away with it as well.
Do you know something that I don't know? Because you're both nodding at each other like, I think Rick's going to die.
They've got so many other characters they could just shift the attention to. And I think, in a way, it would be kind of nice to get that other perspective, like to see maybe Daryl then take over the mantle, or maybe see Rashawn take over the mantle, or maybe even Carl just take over. Yeah. It would be just nice to get that different perspective.
Do we have any favourite characters at the moment, or do they keep changing? Melissa, have you had a personal favourite since the beginning?
Yeah, so I've always liked Maggie.
Maggie, okay.
but it
What
does
do
change.
you like about Maggie?
I don't really know. I just kind of... I
Yeah.
don't actually know. I just like her.
So how did you react to Maggie being captured? Do you think she could be next?
I just don't watch it and get surprised by anything they do anymore.
No, you're getting bored of it. You see,
Like last week, I was just sat there like...
See,
Okay.
I'm the opposite. I've never ever, and I hold my hands up. Before this series and before I was asked to watch it, I'd never watched more than one episode of The Walking Dead.
It's outrageous, Siobhan.
I don't have the time to watch 6 seasons.
I don't care. I don't care.
But I'm really enjoying it, and my boyfriend's like a soul. Like he's watched it from the beginning. He's like, you don't know about The Walking Dead, but I'm really getting into it. What do you think about series 6, Shane?
I'm loving it. I mean, when you start to get to about season 5, season 6 of any TV show, they need to change it up a little bit, and I think they've done that definitely with this season. They've introduced a load more interesting and diverse characters, and while the plot more or less remains the same, where, you know, things are going well, then they're not going so well, and then things go well again, and things don't go so well, I think they do a good job of keeping that pace where people always want to know what's going to happen next, and I think that's very hard to do.
As a new viewer, I'm really looking forward to Monday night. Like, I'm like, oh. And I've only watched 4 episodes, so it's quite surprising, Melissa. Do you have a favourite season or anything?
I was just thinking about why I'm so bored, but I think because I binged it and I watched so much of it so quickly, you watch an episode after it, and then you're so into it, and then now that I have to wait a week, like, we all have busy lives, I'm just like, you just said, oh, you're excited for Monday. I'm like, oh, is that when it's on? Okay, like, that's when I find it slow. But that's for me.
I think that's with any TV show.
You've had too many zombies in your life.
I'm glad the zombies have calmed down a bit at the moment.
The zombies have calmed, like, I mean, well, obviously I wouldn't know from previous seasons, but there isn't as much zombiness, like, since it was the 9th episode where I began to watch it. Yeah. And there was too much. It was too much for me to digest. I was like, oh, there was intestines everywhere. Yeah. And this week, I felt like I was watching Desperate Housewives at the beginning, and then all the baddies got killed, and I was thinking, this is a great episode. Did you expect them to actually be? Obviously, they went to war with a different camp. Did you expect that they would manage to kill the majority of the bad guys? I know that one got away at the end, and we saw that, but Daryl managed to capture him. Were you expecting that, or did you think that we were going to lose some of the goodies?
No, I mean, I think that I didn't really think too much about it. You know, I sort of, obviously they were building up to this happening. I was like, okay, cool, they're going to do this raid on this other camp. It's going to be cool. It's going to be awesome TV. It's kind of going to be a laugh. I don't know. It's. And so I didn't really fear for any of the main characters. I never really do until, and that's what I like about the show, is that with other shows like Game of Thrones, you're always on tender hooks as to who's going to survive the episode or who's going to survive the next book. And with Walking Dead, it's sort of, I don't see it coming until it actually happens. Like, I'm not expecting anyone to go until they're gone, which I really like.
Yeah.
So
you don't find it predictable?
No, not. I mean, I find some of it predictable. Like, I know that bad stuff is going to happen.
Yeah, like I feel like you don't know who, but something bad is going to happen. Like what happened to Carl?
I
thought he was dead, and I was like, no, okay, all right, he's dead.
So I think we clarified that this episode took a little bit of time to get to the intense ending where they've got Carol, they've got Maggie now. They've captured them. The baddies have captured Carol and Maggie. What are you expecting in the next episode? What do you think is going to happen?
I hope Carol doesn't die. Like, now I'm legitimately scared because Carol's like my favourite character.
Is she?
In the show.
Why is she your favourite?
She's such a badass. Like, she came such a long way. As well. Like, a few seasons ago, she was killing children, okay? And that was, like, horrific, but awesome. It's like, you don't see that on TV. I'm weird. I know. I have issues. But no, it was really good. I loved it. And
the children were bad.
The children, like,
they were
the two girls.
Yeah. They were killing.
Okay, well, we're going to leave it as to we don't know what's going to happen next week. Thank you, producer Shane, who loves to see zombie kids get killed. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you to our amazing guests, and we will see you next time on Chatterbox. Goodbye.